Never before have we had a clearer vision of our world. We can observe its very details. We can study every process. Yes, mankind has conquered this planet. You may ask and wonder, what about us? Who are we really? Is reality just what you experience through the brain? Or does reality go beyond your experiences? Can you create a change by thoughts?
My whole life I was busy with the meaning of life, searching for answers, reading many books, attending dozens of lectures, because intuitively I was intrigued by a larger reality, and I was trying to find clues for a broader type of thinking, because I could see we all get stuck in solutions of the kind more than the same. In technique and other things, we made a lot of progress. But in our vision on life and death, nothing happened the last 100 years. You could say in this field, we still drive this antique T-Ford.
We're all thrown down here into this weird world with these highly advanced, extremely sophisticated computer devices called brains. And we're not given any instruction on what to do. We don't know why we're here. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from. We've gone through this thing called school. We've gone through this thing called university. And where does that leave us? Still wondering what to do next. And we still don't know anything about consciousness.
You want to have continual, people killing each other? Or do you want to go out into space? I mean, that's the choice. That's the choice. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Do you want to live as gods or do you want to die in this hell that we're creating for ourselves right here?
Years before making this film, Ronald Jan Hein was gradually reaching towards a certain point of understanding when he met his now close friend, Harry Beckers. His voyage is an amazing one, packed with insights into life. And then, they reached another sort of turning point. They met a man who challenged the world for decades to awaken to a wider reality. Now let us meet Harry Beckers. The year 1973, somewhere in the south of the Netherlands, a young teenage boy withdraws from learning. Born in 1960, there's no way of getting Harry to school. He finds it suffocating. His interests lie in the universe. Life, death, and the human mind fascinate him. Nature also attracts him. And on his way to school, he often stays in the woods for the rest of the day to make new discoveries. Finally, he is expelled. An adventurous life with high peaks and deep valleys starts to unfold. He marries, acquires great wealth, then loses everything. It seems as if nothing is meant to be a success. Harry withdraws more often into nature. In the autumn of 1995, he is somewhere in the wild when he suddenly observes a huge, radiant light. He begins to see such phenomena regularly and goes searching for an explanation. Could this be the same source of light that Uri saw 40 years earlier? He frequently has out-of-body experiences and is able to see energies. One night, Harry awakens and notices the entire room is lit by something that seemingly shines from behind him. From then on, this light is never to be extinguished. Sometime later, also at night, Harry finds himself in the middle of a universe. Different electrical phenomena start to manifest themselves in this world that is ever present to him. In 1996, a man who suffers from hearing voices in his head crosses his path. Harry decides to help this man. What followed, he could not fully explain. One night, a bright sphere appears at the foot of his bed. The sphere starts to radiate energy, and vast quantities of information come into his mind. He finds it overwhelming and does not know how to handle it. Over the following days, however, it gradually falls into place, and he gains insights into how the man's mental disorder was relieved. A period starts in which, by means of the light sphere, Harry gains deep insights into the human psyche, which he is able to test out in practice on people with symptoms of serious psychiatric problems. In the following 8 years, Harry guides more than 200 people in this way. Frequently, he brings people who have been caught in severe psychosis for long periods back to reality within a few hours. Harry tries to build a bridge between regular and alternative forms of assistance to these people. He can also gather insights into other so-called mysteries as he starts to concentrate on these. It is through his ever-present light sphere that he has access to all this information. It has nothing to do with mediumship or channeling. It's a deeper knowledge to which he has permanent access. The importance of the insights about life, death, and the solar system becomes clear, and he realizes he has to share this information. With lectures throughout Holland, he tries to part the curtains for a larger public. It results in the making of a pilot film, Staya Erusa, The Beginning, which tries to visualize the connection between consciousness and ourselves, and the similarities we can find in the universe.
Mankind evolves from his own consciousness, which consists of energy. The consciousness cannot be explained in terms of place, distance, space, or time. Using earthly terms, however, one could say consciousness is allocated in a direct line with the forehead.
It was this film that brought Uri and Harry together. It was a very significant encounter between them. Both had had an experience of a sphere of light. Both had had an important message for society.
For me, it's obvious that the stories of Uri and Harry are linked one way or the other. And for me, it's obvious too that right at this time, we are at the eve of a major breakthrough. And over time, it will enable us to understand more of our lives.